Hey everyone, so if you're thinking about renting an RV for the first time and you've got Cruise America sitting in one of your open tabs, this is probably the video you're looking for because I just got back from a trip using one of their RVs, and even though the website lays out the basics, there's a lot you don't really get into until you actually used one. Stuff like how the pickup works, what kind of RV you'll actually feel comfortable driving, and how much it ends up costing once you add in things like mileage and gear. So in this video, I'll walk you through exactly what the experience was like, from booking and pickup to using it on the road and dropping it off, along with everything I wish I'd known before I reserved one. Now, one thing that threw me a little when I picked it up was how different these feel in person compared to what you see online. The RVs all look huge on the site, but when you're actually standing next to one, especially the smaller models, it's not as intimidating as you'd expect. They're all Class C, so they kind of sit somewhere between a moving truck and a big van. And once you're behind the wheel, they're surprisingly easy to handle. It's definitely more big vehicle than house on wheels. I ended up with their 25-foot version, which they call the standard RV. Sleeps 5, which was more than enough for us. There's a bed over the cab, one in the back corner, and the dinette turns into another sleeping space if you need it. It's not roomy exactly, but everything kind of fits. If you've got more people or just want to spread out a bit, they do have a 30-foot option. That's basically the same setup, just with more walking space. If you're just 2 people, or maybe a parent and kid, the smaller models are a better choice. The Compact is only 19 feet, and the Compact Plus is just a little longer, but narrow enough to fit into a regular parking space. Now, that might not sound like a big deal, but when you're pulling into grocery store lots or tight campsites, it makes a difference. And if you're even a little nervous about driving something this size, those smaller options can take a lot of the pressure off. And once you've spent a night or two in the RV, the layout starts to make a lot of sense. Now, nothing feels luxurious, but it's all there and it works. The kitchen's got just enough going on to make meals without relying on campfire food. Small cooktop, fridge, microwave. I wouldn't try to do anything too elaborate, but we made coffee every morning and a few simple dinners without any issues. The bathroom's tight, but not unusable. Shower pressure was better than I expected, and the hot water held out long enough for everyone to get through. If you're used to regular plumbing, it can take a minute to get used to the buttons and tanks and switches, but once you've done it once, it's pretty straightforward. And the AC came in clutch a few times, same for the heater. Both work fast, especially if you're plugged into shore power. If not, you've got a built-in generator you can run to power everything, but that does get tracked by the hour unless you prepay for unlimited use. It's one of those things you don't think about much at first, but you'll notice it when you want to charge devices, cool the RV down, or use the microwave while parked somewhere off-grid. We even brought our dog along for the trip, and that's actually one of the nicer things about Cruise America. Pets are totally allowed. Just clean up after them and keep the inside of the RV in decent shape, and you're good. Max mostly curled up on the bed over the cab and didn't seem to mind the ride at all. And you can tow with these too, as long as whatever you're pulling is under 2,500 pounds. I didn't personally use it for a trailer, but I did throw a bike rack on the back, which they're totally fine with and don't charge extra for. Just keep in mind they don't cover anything you're towing under the insurance, and there is a daily fee if you're hauling something bigger. As far as support goes, I only had to call them once. There was a light on the dash I wasn't sure about, but someone picked up right away and helped me sort it out. You still need to keep an eye on oil levels and things like that, but it's nice knowing there's someone to call if anything weird comes up. Now let me run down the pricing real quick. We had a 5-night trip, and I booked the 25-foot standard RV and drove just over 800 miles. The nightly rate was $104, which isn't too bad for the size, but then you start adding on the actual usage and extras, and that's where the total creeps up. I also rented their kitchen kit, which was $125 for the whole vehicle, and personal kits for each person. Those were $75 each, so $300 for 4 of us. There's a $10 environmental fee that gets added automatically, and taxes can vary. Ours were just around 8%. Altogether, the full price came out to around $1,620. That includes everything: rental, mileage, gear, tax, and fees. You also leave a $500 deposit on a credit card at pickup, which gets refunded after the RV is returned and inspected. Just make sure you dump the tanks and clean the inside. Otherwise, they'll charge extra for that too. Now, if you do decide you want to get an RV from Cruise America, you can use the affiliate link below. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and we might earn a small commission, which helps out the channel. And sometimes we do have special deals that you're not going to find if you go directly to their website. Then as far as actually booking the RV, the process is pretty simple. I did it all online and paid a $300 deposit to hold the reservation, which later got applied to the total. The rest of the payment and the $500 security deposit were due at pickup. They scheduled time slots in the afternoon, and I just called the day before to confirm everything. Now, at the rental center, they walked me through the basics, how to use the generator, dump the tanks, refill propane, stuff like that. It takes about 30 minutes, and they also send you a video ahead of time that's worth watching. Now, once that's done, you do a quick inspection, sign the last few things, and you're good to go. So overall, these RVs aren't fancy, but they're not trying to be. If you're looking for something dependable, especially for your first RV trip, Cruise America does the trick. You get a decent vehicle, solid support, and enough flexibility to plan a trip that actually works for your schedule and your budget. Honestly, what I liked most was just how easy it was to pick a direction and go. No figuring out hotel check-ins, no repacking bags every night. We just drove, parked, and settled in wherever we landed. If you're looking for something low-key that lets you move at your own pace, this is a solid way to do it. If you are thinking about picking one up, there's a link down in the description and in the comments, and that'll almost always be what's listed on their site. Also, if you are interested in working with us or sponsoring a future video, just reach out using the email in the description below. If you found this video helpful, a thumbs up is always appreciated. And if you've got any questions, throw them down in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.